Well, joining us live now is the only sure bet in a town full of casinos and bad golfers. KMIR TV Palm Springs movie reviewer, Manny the Movie Guy.
And also a casino penny machine player.
Hey, the penny machines. Look at you, big spender. Wow. All right, so at the theater this weekend, comedy time. And I got to tell you, Manny, when it comes to funny, you cannot beat thug rapper T.I. That dude cracks me up, man.
That's right. T.I. is good. And so, and of course, you're referring to Get Hard, starring Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. I mean...
And don't forget T.I.
And yeah, don't forget T.I. Right, but like its title, this comedy is so desperate to get laughs that it resorts to cheap, lazy gags in hopes of moving the story forward. Now, don't get me wrong, Will Ferrell, Kevin Hart, and of course T.I., they're brilliant comedians, and they even have great chemistry. It's a shame that the movie wastes their talent. Now, the plot is simple. It's, Ferrell is James King, a rich businessman wrongfully convicted of tax evasion. In order to prepare himself for prison, he hires Darnell, played by Hart, the only African-American person he knows by name.
Oh, wow.
Get Hard is set to offend pretty much everyone. The gay community may find some jokes offensive. The African-American community may also find some of the jokes racially offensive.
What about white guys like Craig T. Nelson? Would he find things offensive?
He will enjoy it, yes.
He's in the movie, isn't he?
Yes. But here's the deal. I didn't find anything offensive. I just didn't find the movie funny enough.
Oh.
It's a waste of this fine gentleman. I mean, they could have made a better film. They could have pushed the boundary a little further and give us a much, much better movie.
So this wasn't a creative platform that T.I. is going to want to put on his resume,
no.
huh? Okay. All right. Hey, here's one for the kiddies and some pretty big names taking away jobs from the little people in the voiceover business. The movie is called Home. Tell us about that.
That's right. Speaking of T.I., there's his precious Rihanna in this film. This new DreamWorks animation is nothing to write home about, except for its talented cast and a few solid laughs. Home is quite empty. Based on the true meaning of Smack Day by Adam Rex, the filmmakers threw out the smart allegorical meaning of the book and gave us some of those things that we expect now from DreamWorks Animation. Some pop culture references, some top 40 songs, spin them together, and voila, we have a predictable movie that only kids will enjoy. It's this movie is saddled with hits and misses for every How to Train Your Dragon for DreamWorks Animation. We also get the quickly forgotten Shark Tale. Home is closer to the shark than the dragon.
Oh.
Jim Parsons is lovable, though, as O. He's a misfit from another planet who forms an unlikely bond with Tip.
Jim Parsons does more voice stuff for more animated features than just about anybody in the business, right?
Pretty much.
He's in every animated movie.
He's beloved. Everybody loves that guy.
And I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who he is.
Well, he's from The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's the smart one.
By the way, Rihanna is releasing a single today, and pretty much everybody believes that the name of the song is Bitch, Better Have My Money.
All right.
That's Rihanna's new song.
This movie that song is probably about this movie.
Ooh. She had that written in her contract.
That's right.
All right. Now, there's one movie in limited release that seems worth mentioning because the two main characters are played by two of the hottest actors going these days. Tell us about Serena.
That's right. Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence can make magic on screen. From their Oscar-winning Silver Linings Playbook to American Hustle, these two smolder right on the big screen. Too bad they couldn't pull off the same magic for Serena. Now, this is from Danish filmmaker Susanna Bier, who can be a great storyteller, as evident from her earlier work, like the movie Brothers. So what the heck happened? Now, one of the main problems is the script by Christopher Kyle, no, not the American Sniper, but the one who gave us the So Bad It's Good Alexander and K-19, the Widowmaker. This movie is has a chock full of premise that never quite delivered. Too many things happen in this Great Depression movie that I walked out of the theater ultimately uninterested and sadly depressed.
But you waited till the last drop of the film, right?
Right. No, here and there, correct. Well, because you want to have, I have hopes. I mean, come on, it's Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence.
I love when they show the outtakes during the credits. That's why I stick around.
Well, this one does not have those.
They don't.
But here's the problem with Serena, too. I mean, Serena has been made. Like, this was supposed to be released last Oscar season. But it's a telltale sign that Magnolia Pictures probably thought that this movie will just be swallowed during the Academy Award season, and it's true. I mean, but then they chose to release it still in March, and that's really this movie could have just gotten straight to DVD.
Yeah.
But still, because of the names of Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence, Magnolia Pictures decided to release this, even in limited release.
Yeah. All right, Manny the Movie Guy, going to put you on the spot, but I know you've got the movie chops to answer this trivia question.
Okay.
And again, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, and if you don't get it, we're not going to think one way or another about you. We love you. But the movies Mad Max and Happy Feet are from the same director and writer. Do you know who?
George Miller.
Look at you.
You didn't even have to think about that.
Yeah. Isn't
like
that
a
great?
reflex.
I had no idea.
Babe. He also gave us Babe 1 and 2.
No kidding. That George Miller, he's a psychopath.
Yeah. There you go.
Or a sociopath. We're not sure which it is. But he's
blacklist.
He's one we'd like to have on our team. That's for sure. How about that? Gosh, you do know your stuff. So you are going to take a quick hiatus from the program for a couple of weeks because you're traveling to
I'm pregnant.
Oh,
good for you.
I knew it. And Ronda Rousey had nothing to do with it. Nor did Bill Maher. Well, we're just checking. Bill Maher's not the baby daddy, is he?
That's right. No, I'm going back home to the Philippines.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be spending about just 10 days there and just to visit family, friends, enjoy the beach.
Yeah, all right. You got your work visa in order? They're not going to they're not going to detain you, right?
They're not going to detain me, no.
Okay.
I hope not.
So you'll be back in time to watch the $125 pay-per-view of Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Pacquiao, that's right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I may just be on the ringside.
Oh, look at you. That's a $10,000 seat, my friend. Do you have that kind of...
Not if you're Manny, it's
Why
not.
not? Yeah, thanks to Phil Hulett and friends.
Oh, all right. That's good. MannyTheMovieGuy.com. Go check out the website and watch all the wonderful interviews he does with the stars.
See you in 2 weeks. Follow me on Twitter to see all my Philippine adventure.
All right. Safe travels and look out for that jeepney driver. He's out of his mind. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right. That's Manny the Movie Guy.
He's a crack up.
Yeah. He cracks me up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
I think he nails it on these movie reviews, too. We only get an opportunity to judge a movie before it's released in theaters based on their previews. Yeah. And I'm telling you, that when he Get Hard with Kevin, and I love Kevin Hart, and I love Will Ferrell.
They're funny guys.
Yeah, but if you can't put together 2.5 minutes of funny when you're trying to preview the movie, something's wrong with that thing. And same thing with Serena. You watch those two. In a 2-minute preview, if you can't show me chemistry, why would I go see it?
Yeah, I know it. You'd think it seems, or it stands to reason, you put Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence in an elevator, and you're in that elevator with them. Something magical is going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, someone's getting pregnant.
Oh, all right. Okay, it's time to talk tech on Phil Hulett and Friends. And to do that with us now is the head of mobile at Apogee, our tech guy, Jeremy Anticouni. Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, friends. How are we?
Doing good. Even better now that you're here.
Awesome.
All right, Tinder. It's some kind of a dating site, isn't that right?
No, it's not. It's a hookup site.
Oh,
Phil.
it is.
It's a dating app, and I was going to say I don't know a whole lot about it because I've never used it. Phil, you're married. You probably haven't used it.
Probably not.
Chris, you may have used it, right?
I've seen it. I don't have it on my phone. I don't use it. I don't subscribe to that.
Well, good
type
for you.
of
Whatever
dating.
it is, it seems to me, Chris, and I'm glad you're not on there. It seems to me like it's a place where people are just up to no good.
Yeah.
It's purely superficial, right? I mean, it uses your location and photos and matches you if you swipe one way or the other, right? So if you match with somebody, you can chat with them. But it turns out that their API, the way that their app talks to their backend, isn't very secure. An anonymous developer was able to play around with it, and soon after, something called Bros Swiping Bros was born. So what he's done is he's basically created a fake profile of an attractive woman and then waits for guys to match with her. And then instead of actually having them chat with this bot or this fake profile, he has somehow made it so that they start chatting with each other, but each thinking that they're talking to this beautiful woman.
Oh, man.
That's
so
great.
you can imagine that the comedy of these conversations that come through. Most of them are completely inappropriate and can't share on the air, but suffice to say, men are absolutely pigs.
Yeah, of course, but it takes catfishing to another level and makes it entertaining for all.
It is good stuff. If you're interested, you should definitely check out The Verge. They've got a full list of these conversations with screenshots. And
what did you say it was? The Verge?
The Verge is a tech site that has this story.
Are they hilarious or what?
Oh, they're worth going and checking out. I don't know if you've ever seen autocorrect fails and so forth. They're along the lines of that level of comedy.
All right, good. We'll check it out. Sounds like fun. Now, Jeremy, you can buy just about everything on Amazon, can't you?
You can buy pretty much anything that you can think of, anything worth buying at least, right?
Yeah, I think so. But they continue to look for more stuff, incredible stuff that you can buy.
They are, and this one isn't necessarily them actually selling it directly. It's more like a referral service. Amazon is launching something called Amazon Home Services, and they'll have categories like home improvement, lawn and garden, tutoring lessons, computer repair, and so forth. And what they'll do is essentially in different geographies, they'll handpick, background check, and then verify the insurance of local providers. So what they're doing is essentially allowing you to have a fixed price for a particular home service. I know that when I call somebody to the house to service something, I'm always wondering, is this, how long is this going to take? Are they billing by the hour and so forth? So this kind of removes some of that uncertainty, and they'll be taking a cut, handling payments and so forth, and they'll take about 15 to 20%. But you'll know that you've got at least a vetted person that's coming to your house to provide that service.
Can we have it delivered to us by drone?
Probably. It'll be launching next Monday, and we'll see if they'll drop off the plumber via an unmanned aerial aircraft.
Crack incoming. Plumber's crack. All right. Now, speaking of drones, you immediately think somebody's going to be spying on me. And when you think of a powerful guy like Mr. Zuckerberg, the dude who runs Facebook and is just incredibly rich now and is probably going to get even richer because he keeps coming up with new ideas, he wants to float one of these evil flying vessels, unmanned vessels, over my house. What's he up to?
Well, I think he would probably phrase it slightly differently. But, last year we told you about Facebook's plan to provide internet to undeveloped areas of the world. Something like 10% of the population in the world can't get access to the internet.
That's it?
So,
wow.
Yeah. But that's a huge number of people. There's obviously a large number there. This week, they have revealed that Facebook has successfully tested their first unmanned aircraft. It's in the United Kingdom. And the final design of this thing is going to have a wingspan larger than a 737. It's going to be lighter than a car and run on solar power. So it'll be able to fly for months at a time at altitudes of greater than 60,000 feet. Of course, their goal is to make Facebook ads available worldwide. So, targeting all of these underserved areas with internet, of course, is both have a benefit of being able to provide internet to these folks so that they've got the ability to connect to the web. But also, of course, ads will certainly be played in this, and Facebook will.
Some of the most popular airways, the areas where the continental flights go. The jumbo jets and so on. They do fly over some of these underdeveloped areas because very often it's a shortcut from point A to point B. Now, those passenger jets are not up there at 60,000 feet, are they? They're more or less 30 to 40.
No, they're 30 to 40,000 feet. So this is going to be flying significantly higher, and it'll have radios and other transmitters and receivers on board to be able to send it all the way down to the ground and be able to connect either to different towers and stations that they set up, or possibly directly to devices.
I'm just trying to think what could go wrong. I mean, who's up there at 60,000 feet? Strategic Air Command?
Yeah, I would say military aircraft is probably flying up that high, and so we'll see if they run into any issues there. But interesting stuff. They've also talked about, Google's talked about their Project the Loon program, which essentially is a similar concept, but instead of these drone aircraft, they're actually balloons that are flying up at a much lower level. But interesting stuff. We'll see how this continues to shake out, and if we're able to actually start testing some of this stuff in the United States. Obviously, the FAA has been very resistant to companies testing their equipment in the United States, and so they're having to go to Australia and the UK to do things that should be able to be doing here at home.
Yeah, in fact, the FCC and the military, for that matter, here in the United States, has been hesitant to open up all sorts of things to us that are open in other countries. Isn't that right?
They certainly are, and of course, what that means is that other countries, if somebody has fewer hoops to jump through and to be able to offer a new product or service, it's potential that some of these other countries are going to leapfrog ahead of us in some of these areas. So definitely need the FAA to get on their game.
Yeah, you think your internet connection's fast? Just go somewhere else and find out how fast the internet is. All right, very good, Jeremy. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Sounds good, guys. Talk to you next week.
Okay, there he goes. He's our tech dude. We learn something new every week when we talk to Jeremy.
Yeah, he's on it.
He is.
He knows his trade.
Hey, someone near Dallas spotted a stray pit bull lying on the side of the road earlier this month. Did you hear about this?
I did not. What's going on?
It was nursing a 2-day-old kitten.
What?
A pit bull. Both of them are in a shelter now, and they're pretty attached to each other. So workers are trying to find someone to adopt both of them. That way they don't have to be split up. It's like that old Warner Brothers cartoon, right, with the big dog and the kitten. And you know the one I'm talking about?
You can't separate them now. Sounds
No.
like they've built a bond.
There's pictures of the two of them on our show fun page at philhewlettandfriends.com. You can also leave comments there on the contact page. On Twitter, we're at FAF Show. We're on Facebook as well. Like us. Thanks to our executive producer, Mike Stark, our producer, Brooke Peterson. And for all of you, thank you for tuning in. For Erin Myers, she'll be back. Chris Martin, I'm Phil Hulett. Can't wait to talk with you on the next Phil Hulett and Friends.